Hi everybody, and welcome back to Paolo's Kitchen and for our healthy cooking course. So today what I'm trying to do is something a little bit different, and we're going to be making 3 sauces. And we've got an Italian sauce, an Indian sauce, and the last one is a salsa, because in Spanish the word salsa means sauce. Now the reason we're doing this is because it's much easier if you've got some leftovers in the fridge, you've got some bits and bobs, you can't decide what it is you want to make. We've got some ingredients here which can be used for all of the sauces that we're making. When I go shopping, I don't think about meals. I think about ingredients, and I go and choose my ingredients knowing that from each of these ingredients I can make a lot of tasty different meals. So if we start with the Italian sauce, and this is something where you can put meat to make a typical bolognese sauce, to put vegetables, any sort of leftovers you got, or even just a nice tomato sauce. And for that we're going to use some onions, some garlic, tomatoes. Either we can use vine tomatoes or these lovely chopped tomatoes which come in a tin, and we're going to put some herbs. I've got some fresh basil here. Unfortunately this time of the year we can't go out into the herb garden and pick all the fresh herbs we want, but I've got some dried oregano and some dried mixed herbs. So that would make an Italian sauce, so we'll come back to that one. The Indian sauce again is a base that you can use anytime, store it away, freeze it, and you've got your own ready meal already. And again it can be added to with meat, some chicken, some fish, vegetables, you name it, you can put it in there. Now traditional Indian food is all about those beautiful spices and mixing those lovely flavours. So to help us today, apart from, we've got the onions, the garlic, some lovely fresh ginger, these red and green chilies, and then going around the plate here, and I don't know if you can see these, we start off here with the turmeric, coriander, garam masala, these lovely seeds here, and the cardamom pods and the cinnamon. So this can all be added in there, and it's going to make that beautiful blend of flavours. The last one is a fresh sauce that you can eat with meat, with salad, just on its own, a nice fresh salsa. And we're going to come back. So the next thing I've got to do is start chopping all of these things up, ready to go into the saucepan. Well, we've chopped all the onions, the garlic, the ginger and the chilies, so we're now ready to put this dish together. And I said, if you look here, we've got all healthy ingredients, but one thing I would always say to people, before you change your diet, before you make any drastic changes to what you eat, please do speak to a medical professional, a nurse or doctor. We don't want anybody changing their diet dramatically. But as you can see, all these things are just natural ingredients, things that you can buy in the supermarket. Hopefully in the summertime you can actually start growing some of these in your own gardens. So we're going to start with the Italian one, and then I'll show you with the Indian one as well. So we're going to put into a saucepan as a nice glug of virgin olive oil. So that's in there. Bring the heat on, and then what I'm going to do, when the oil gets warm, the onions and the garlic, and then we can add some of the herbs in there. The tomatoes will go in. We need to see the onions brown first before we put the tomatoes in, and then we're going to simmer it for about 15 to 20 minutes, but the longer we cook it, the better the flavours. With the Indian one, we're going to, very similar, the onions, the garlic, the ginger and the chilies will all go into the pan. We wait for the onions to brown, and then we're going to add in all these lovely spices here. All the recipes are on the sheets there, so if you need those, please let us know. And again, adjust these to how the taste you like. If you don't like chili, you know, not so much chili. If you like a little bit more of the coriander, which is a really fragrant spice, a little bit more. We've got these lovely cumin seeds, and oh, I wish you could smell those. Cinnamon we know, and these little cardamom seeds have got a very distinctive flavour. So it's about blending these flavours. So once we've got the onions browned, as I said, the spices go in, we'll add the tomatoes in there and mix it, and then again simmer it. With the Indian one, if you want to use sunflower oil, you can. I've got the olive oil for the Italian one. That's just a matter of choice. So there we are. We're going to start getting these in the saucepan and start cooking. These sauces are cooked really nicely now. So if you remember, we had a couple of onions in each pot, the tomatoes, the herbs, the spices. I really wish you could be here, but we've got a sort of whole thing going on here. We've got Indian smells, we've got Italian smells. So first of all, let's start off with the Indian one, and in the saucepan here. So everything's now cooked, it's been simmering for a nice time there. We've got a lovely sauce. Now that's enough for 2 or 3 meals, I think. You can put it into the little pots and put it in the freezer, and that will be the base for any type of Indian food that you like. As I said, you can put vegetables in there, you can put meat, you can put chicken, or just have this like a curry sauce. It's going to be absolutely delicious, and you can make it how you like it. Just alter the spices and the herbs around. Making food's a bit like painting. You try with your palate and you try the things that you really love. So that's the Indian sauce. That's all good to go. I'll put this on the side. Remember, if you have put in the cinnamon sticks, to pull those out before you eat the food. And here we are, a taste of Italy in a saucepan. Again, I put some fresh basil into there as well, so you can just about see a little bit of that. That's all gone right down, nice and all mixed up, all those lovely flavours, and we can see those here. I'll try not to tip it too far, otherwise they'll come out. And again, you can put meat in there, it's the basis of a bolognese sauce, and you can freeze some of that for another thing. Or just if you make some pasta or rice, just pour it over the top. So the last one we're going to make is the salsa. And as I said, salsa is Spanish for sauce, and again some very simple ingredients. We've got some chopped onions here, so we're going to put these in here. That was just one onion. We'll pop that in there very quickly. This is really quick. I just love this in the summertime, and I put this with my salads, or if you've got a burger or something, it's much better to put this in there. There's some chopped tomatoes, and just chop them down sort of rough. Yeah. And cucumber. Now what I've done, I've cut these down like a crisscross pattern there with the knife. Be very careful, it's very sharp. I'll just finish that off. So we get these tiny little bits of cucumber in there, which just give us that lovely fresh taste. So there's some cucumber there. Do the other one. Please be very careful when you're in the kitchen. You know, the knives are very, very sharp. And the other thing I always say, please make sure what you're wearing on your feet. Nothing, no flip-flops or sandals in the kitchen. I'll just put those to the side there. So these go in here. So we've got some basic ingredients there. We need a little glug of olive oil, which makes it yummy, yummy. A little bit, this is Himalayan rock salt, so a twist of salt, not too much, but just to get those nice flavours going. And if you like a little bit of chilli, I've got some ground chilli flakes here, if you want to pop those in. A little bit to enhance that tomato flavour, I've got a bit of tomato puree. And the last ingredient that we're going to pop into there is some lime juice. I think I showed you this last week. If you want to get the most out of the lime, just squeeze it first, cut it in half, and here we go. Oh, that's one of my favourite smells all the time. You can squeeze these out with a lime squeezer, but I think it's just something nice getting your fingers into here. So that's that one there. One more. Oh, a bit slippery. It's my favourite smell. So get that lime juice into there. And as I said, on a summer's day, this is just a perfect thing to go with a nice salad. So that's all in there. Fantastic smell on my fingers. And we're just going to mix this all up. Now, I'm a great believer that we eat with our eyes, that we see something beautiful. And this can be, you can add to this, you can put a little bit of garlic in if you like, raw garlic or roasted garlic. Roasted pepper goes in there. If you've got some fresh coriander, I've got some here at the moment with me, or basil, you know, just chop the leaves up. But look at that. That is a beautiful mixture of those three colours there. There's the onions, the tomatoes, and that cucumber. And that's a quick salsa for you. So, thank you everybody so much for joining us today. There's a whistle-stop tour through 3 sauces. Thank you very much for coming along. I'd like to thank the Olive Trust Wales who facilitated this course, and the National Lottery who funded it. And we hope to see you very, very soon. Thank you and goodbye.